one for shoddy. Call him Ed Sheeran, he in love with my
Hi my little babes, welcome back to my channel. So I'm actually going to be doing a different video. This is going to be an entrepreneur video. I'm going to be showing you guys how I actually make candles. So if you like to see this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next clip. So we're going to be making some candles. So I'm going to show you guys the things that you need to make your candles. So of course you need your pouring pitchers, you need your warning labels, you need your pre-tab stickers. You need to decide if you're going to be using cotton wicks or you're going to be using the wooden wicks. Also you need a thermometer. You need your wick holders. You need your, what else? Of course, you need your vessels, whatever vessels that you're going to be using. These vessels, I got these from Wooden Wick Co. So you need your vessels. You need your measuring tools, paper towels, alcohol, a scale. I guess that's it. And also your wax and whatever you're going to be melting the wax with. Yeah, so you need all those things. So let's get into the prepping part of the jars. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is just take some alcohol and I'm going to actually wipe out the vessels, because you don't, you know, from shipping and all that stuff like that, you just want to make sure all of that is, you know, dust, debris, anything that's in your vessels is actually cleaned out. So I always use alcohol to actually wipe my vessels out. And then you want to make sure that you dry the vessels, because if you don't, the wick holder, wick sticker, the wick stickers, the pre-tab wick, wick stickers will not adhere to the vessels. So you want to make sure you just dry the vessels out as well before you put them in there. I know y'all want me to get to this stuff. I am. Just give me a second. So I'm just wiping everything out. So today I'm actually going to be using the CDN 2, size 2 cotton wicks. And I'm actually going to sit here, and you have to put on the warning labels on all of your candles. This just basically for your safety and for the customer safety while they're burning. I put mine on the bottom of my jars. You want to make sure that, you know, you have these on here to protect yourself, just in case, you know, something was to happen, God forbid, while a customer is actually burning the candle. Not only that, but you should also have candle insurance for your company. My company that you can purchase these candles from myself is Below Ultimate Experience. Our company is basically a self-care line, body scrubs, lotions, different candles, just everyday essential things to make you feel good. So definitely check us out. I'll definitely leave it down in the description box. You can purchase from us. We always had sales. So yeah, so after I actually put the warning labels on here, I'm going to take out some of the pre-tab wickers. So I'm going to double wick these vessels because the vessels are so huge. I'm going to double wick them. So I'm going to put I'm gonna be using basically 2 of these tabs in each of these vessels. So I'm going to actually put the camera down so you guys can see what I'm actually doing, okay? So I'm going to get 2 of these, 2 of the CDNs, and I'm going to actually peel the tab off, okay? And then I'm going to place the wick, and it's on there just like that, okay? Now, when you put these in here, you try to get in the center of the jar. So what I do is I put my first one down, and then that determines how my second one, or how close my second one will be. So some people, you do different things to make sure that it's accurate, but I kind of just eyeball it but I know when you're a first timer, you just want to make sure that you're putting them in. So I'm actually going to put the second one in about that close, okay? And I'm going to show you guys how they look inside. So this is basically how they are placed inside of the jar, okay? So the next thing I want to do is add my wick holder. So you just stick the wick inside of the metal part. I love these ones. You can purchase these on Amazon. I can probably link these for you guys. And what I do is just twist the end of it, so that way wax doesn't get on it. And basically this is how your candle will look as you prep it. So this is a prep candle. I'm going to speed through and get these done, and then I'm going to show you guys the next step of making a candle. So now that we have all of our jars actually wicked, I'm actually going to, sorry about that, you guys. So if you guys didn't know, candle making, when I first started, I just thought, oh, you just melt some wax and you pour it in there, you pour as much fragrance oil you want, you think you need, and then that's how it goes. That's not how it goes. You actually have to do the math to figure out how much wax you need, how much fragrance oil you need to use, so that way you won't mess up the candle. So I have definitely been trying to figure out the math. What I have right here, this is, I don't know if you guys can see, but it's a whole thing, y'all. So I can do a video of showing you a breakdown of different jars, sizes, and the math that you need to use for the fragrance oil and the wax. But you also had to worry about what type of wax you're using. Today I'm going to be using a apricot and coconut soy blend kind of wax. So yeah, so I'm going to cut my wax up because my wax actually comes in a like a slab instead of the flakes. I used to use the 464, but for some reason the 464 has been like giving me a lot of troubles with sinkholes and just not properly the frosting on the top. It's just a lot that goes along with those with the 100% soy wax. So definitely do your research on what type of wax you want to use, and figuring out you got to figure out the heat, the temperature, the pouring temperature. It's a lot to go with it. I can get into that in another video. So let me cut up the wax. I'm going to show you guys how the wax look, and then we're going to melt the wax, and we're going to do our measurements, and we're going to get it done. This is how my wax comes. It comes in slabs. It's so soft, so creamy. Love this wax. As you guys can see, I chopped up my wax, and I have everything measured out, and now I'm going to be pouring it into I have a Presto pot. So I basically melt all my wax in a Presto pot. I melt it to about like 200 to 220, and then I pour the fragrance oil in as soon as it gets to 200 to 220. So that's what I'm about to do. Pour it inside of here, and I'll be right back. So basically I use my scale. Let me show you guys. I'm using my scale to basically measure out my fragrance oil. So after I did my math, basically it says that for my 4 candles that I'm going to be doing, I need 124, I think, grams of fragrance oil. So you have to make sure you tear your scale to 0, because it's going to measure the measuring cup as well. So what I'm going to do is pour. I'm going to be using the Eucalyptus and Spearmint from Aztec. Love this scent, especially for, you know, when you get home from work and you're tired. So I'm going to pour this to 124. And we're at like 125, which is still good. Okay. So the wax is actually melting right now, as you guys can see. So we're just melting the wax, and we're gonna give that a second, and then we're gonna add our fragrance oil. So what I'm actually about to do is pull the fragrance oil inside of the wax. And I'm going to stir the wax for a good minute or two, just to make sure it's like well blended. You want to make sure that everything you're using, if you're using a spoon, everything is cleaned and wiped down with alcohol. And also, this is the only thing that you'll be using these utensils for. So once you're done that, you want to check the temperature of the oil just to see where it's at. So I'm using a digital thermometer. So once it like kind of stopped, I'm going to press hold, and it'll basically tell me, you know, if I can pour or not, if it's at the temperature that I need for me to pour it into my jars. So what I'm looking for is around like 190-ish, 200. That's going to be like my pour temperature for this wax. I feel like I'm at 194. So I'm definitely going to be pouring at 190. So I'm going to show you guys once I do that. So it's important to have like a heat gun to basically warm up your jars before you pour, so you won't get any sink holes or anything like that, because you really don't want any jars that's like super cool. I mean, yeah, super cool. So you want to make sure that you actually preheat your jars. So that's basically what I'm about to do. So I'm actually about to pour the wax into my jar. Be careful, because I always spill wax, and you don't want to waste no type of wax because you need it for your other jars. So I always leave like an inch from the top, and that's how I pour my jars. So let me finish doing these, and then I'll show you how they look. So this is basically how the candles look once I have poured them, and we're gonna let them sit for a little bit, and I'll come right back. So this is how your candles should look after you have let them sit and cool overnight. And then you will definitely clip the wicks, and voila, you have your candles. So that is it, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you guys check out my website, Blow Ultimate Experience. Please go follow me on Instagram. I'll put it down below, which is Lola Babe. And then also my self-care line candles at Blow Ultimate Experience. We definitely want you guys to buy from us. Leave us comments. If you have already purchased from us, please leave us comments. Tell us how you loved our candles, or if we need to tweak some things. We appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next entrepreneur video.